Oh, bother.
Hello my friends and welcome back. Today we're going to be covering once again Total War Pharaoh Dynasties Edition, and while I had intended to go, be the ruler of Troy with Priam, I have opted to choose one of the minor factions because I thought that would be pretty interesting. So I'm going to go with Ithaca because I have a, I really like Sean Bean. And by Sean Bean, I mean Odysseus, but let's be honest, we all think of him as Sean Bean portrayed him, not as the character in the Odyssey. And if you don't think that way, well then, I don't know, I guess you actually read. But for me, it's always going to be Sean Bean. So let's check out the campaign customization before we jump on in. And I am actually going to go with one of my presets, which is going to be Yin Yang 1. With this preset, I have reveal playable area on, turns per year turned to 6, and features locked at start turned off. So what that's going to do is that's going to get you out of that initial early campaign where you can't actually access things like your legitimacy points or the court or anything like that, but the AI still can. So with that, we're going to go ahead and jump on into the campaign. And we're going to skip that video. Now, some really cool things about playing as a minor faction. One, you're not going to be automatically thrust into an ancient legacy. So if you're Mesopotamian, you're going to not be thrust into that Mesopotamian legacy. Same goes for here, but we'll talk a little bit more about that when we can actually see it. Now, something else I think is cool, we're going to hit the home button so we have our map oriented correctly, is that you're not going to have that flyover. Now, if you like the flyover, cool, that's great for you. Personally, it's cool the first time, but then I usually end up skipping through it because I don't need any, I don't need any AI character telling me what to do. I don't need Merneptah to tell me what to do. I got this. I know what I'm doing. Odysseus, I know what I want. So what we're going to do is go ahead and attack out here, but before we do that, let's take a look at, well, what we can see. First is going to be our royal decrees. Now with Odysseus, what you're going to want to do is try and focus down a more economic route because you don't have, well, a ton of economy to draw from because you're an island nation, right? So let's see. None of these are going to really help me with economics, but we do want to get that construction time down so that we can build tall, right? Something else that you're going to want to pay attention to is your local deity, which is going to be Poseidon. You're going to be starting with Poseidon because obviously, well, you're Greek and you're on an island, and if you need anybody on your side, it's the god of the seas, right? So his shrines are going to give you +5 influence, +10 food, and +10% wood. It's also going to give you a +20% at sea when you offer up a prayer, and then your devoted general is going to get 16+ speed for the entire army, and then the melee infantry and chariots, and then +25% battle loot for the general, and then the Hedicom will apply the prayer to all of your armies for a limited amount of time, being 4 turns. Now that we've taken a look at that, let's take a look at our path to power. There we go. So you can forge your own path, which is going to be the path of the Marauder. We don't really want that. Odysseus is not a raider and destroyer, so we're going to back out of that. Or we can select a royal tradition, and we're going to select the Aegean royal tradition because we, own lands in Aegea, or not Aegea, in the Aegean. So you can see the benefits of this royal tradition, and we're going to choose that one. And then we're also going to now be able to see the power of the crown. Now, we only have 9 legitimacy, which we're going to change here soon. That puts us pretty low down on the rankings, but we're about to change all that. The way that we're going to change that is by looking at the court. Now, something about the Aegean court that you want to pay attention to is the fact that most of it is occupied, but this high up position, the Lawagetas? Yeah, I think it's Lawagetas, is unoccupied. So while we do have some competitors for this position, we're going to go ahead and claim it. And to solidify ourselves, we are going to go ahead and jump into a battle.
In Athena's name.
Now, the unfortunate thing about Total War Pharaoh is the fact that it is built the same way as Total War Troy, Total War, Warhammer, and Total War Three Kingdoms, meaning that you're not going to have naval battles, and that is super unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's kind of immersion breaking when you see 2 ships roll up next to each other and one of them's like, hey, so we don't like you. I'm thinking that we meet up at a certain place and certain time on an island to fight each other. What do you think about that? And they're like, yeah, I think we can do that. And then they meet up and then they slaughter each other. It's very it's very immersion breaking, but hey, it is what it is. It doesn't make the game much less fun. Okay, and we are going to have some rainy weather coming on in. Now, if you know me and how I play, well, I like to take things as they are, and I like to play things thematically. So that means that Odysseus is going to have a plan in place as to how he wants to go about winning this battle. He's also going to take a more strategic approach. He's not going to want to sacrifice a lot of soldiers to get the job done. He values his people. If I were playing Achilles, then he'd be leading from the front, butchering as he goes, and if I was playing Agamemnon, then he would be letting all of his troops die for him, right? So it's just it makes it more fun to play thematic, or at least in my opinion it does. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring Odysseus over here. He's going to be firing from the tree line. We're going to actually, let's change that up. We're going to bring our javelins and our spears over here. They're going to be firing from the tree line and then eventually do a flanking maneuver. And then we're going to bring Odysseus up and over. Hopefully he'll be able to provide covering fire, assuming that we don't have a big problem up here. So let's get into the battle. And guys, if you would prefer not to watch me poorly play this game and or poorly play the battles, and you would prefer that I was doing more of the cinematic replays like I usually do for Total War Warhammer, let me know. But I thought it would be more fun for this format to show why I'm doing something or how I'm doing something, because it is pretty cool to be able to see how the terrain affects things, how the weather affects things, how the visibility affects things, right?
To glory!
Wait, we don't want them to see us?
Move up!
We're going to come on back a little bit.
On to glory!
Now hopefully they can't see us through all these trees. They might though.
They don't have enough javelins!
Okay, and they don't. So we're going to come up here and we're going to rain supporting fire down on them.
Remember your training!
And we have already started to take losses. Just, well, the one loss really. Don't know where that poor soul's at. But it's something important to keep an eye on. We have 99% armor durability still intact, and yet we have been we've lost a soldier, and that's because of the lethality system, which I think is really cool. Health bars kind of suck, right?
I shall prevail.
A few steps back might be wise.
Draw them in, draw them in.
Destroy the foe. Club.
They saw our boys. We need to do something about that. They haven't seen the spears yet, though.
Our foes in
There we
sight.
go.
Advance, men.
Forward, up. Advance, men.
I'm not staying here to get killed.
Club.
Javelin volley!
Let fly. Go at them. Attack from range. Warriors, advance.
All right, it's time to move the rest of our troops around.
Good order.
We're in sling range!
On the move.
Those in your command. Moving up.
Now we'll see.
Run faster, you cowards!
The men are fleeing battle.
Do we not have a good shot? We do not.
On the march.
We have a good shot this way, though. There we go.
Ready to throw. Onward.
Now our boys have taken a little bit of losses. Let's get in there. We're going to have you guys play rear guard. Yeah, because we've got some brave hearts coming back.
Head to battle. Without delay. Hungry for glory.
Oh, and it looks like we are actually out of ammo today.
Hungry for glory. Onward, warriors.
And that's how you know the game is live. We are no longer in the early access build because blood is spilling everywhere and down goes their general. So I'm going to leave this battle here and let's get back out to the campaign map. You gotta love the way the blood just splatters.
Thank you, Athena.
All right, we're going to take on those replenishments.
They will serve us now.
And that's actually going to be for a reason.
Persistence
because
is
while we
rewarded.
could head back to Kefalonia? Yeah, I think so. I'm thinking of Assassin's Creed
Shining
Odyssey.
Odysseus.
Maybe it's the same place, I don't know. But we're actually going to head on
Engage
to
the foe.
their city. Now, while we can't reach their city, it does put us in range of their other army. And that's going to that's going to put us, well, basically what I'm trying to say is they're going to come around and attack us, and it'll put us in a defensive battle in the open field instead of having to try and besiege their city with lesser forces. Now, while we're doing that, it is a good idea to go ahead and start recruiting. we're going to pull a general. Let's see. I wish we had someone with like the lion ability. But I will take... Let's go for Menetes. Mentes? Mentes. I like to add syllables, as you can see.
Let's make war.
And something really cool about Odysseus is you're going to be able to recruit shielded units and lightly armored units pretty early on. You do have the Achaean slingers, you do have the young spears, but you don't really have to rely on them. And because they're chaff units, and that's not really what you want here. You're going to need elite units to really hold things down. Now, something else that you're going to want to do right here, at least that I like to do, is build a proving ground, and then we're going to build that temple up to Poseidon.
I have a plan. I'll prove myself.
Now, jumping back into court, with the Lawagetes position, we're going to be able to...
dignity of my court.
Okay, thank you, Priam. So what we're going to be able to do, besides gain that 14 legitimacy, is that we're going to be able to spread influence with our armies, get additional recruitment slots for our Lord's army, and then we're going to get increased movement speed and melee attack for all bodyguard units, which is very good. So it basically makes us the Grand General of the Aegean court. We're the best general. Now, someone else might try and kick us out of that position, but we're going to do our best to stay in that position and make sure that nobody else is plotting against us. And we'll take a look at the court here in a little bit. But before that, let's take a look at our ancient legacy. So we have two that we can choose from, and Atreus is probably the stronger of the two ancient legacies, but Perseus does help you out if you're looking to play tall instead of playing wide. So we're going to go ahead and read into this. So you can establish vassals, defensive, or military alliances to gain unity, unlock units from the rosters of your allies, recruit allied units from any location on the map. You can gain unity to unlock tiers. Higher unity tiers improve the recruitment of allied units, and you can organize games to gain more unity, give ancillaries as rewards to winners, and invited participant factions gift you with resources and declare peace with you. And they don't just declare peace with you, they will also declare peace with each other. So if I wanted to end the war between Mycenae and Corinth, I could probably do that. I'm not going to, but I'm going to show you anyway. So let's say that I invite Mycenae and Corinth. That is going to sign a peace deal between them, right? And to really get that going, what we're going to do is, and you see we can't host games because you have to have the ancillaries to match it. So you're going to want to hunt down ancillaries and offer them because that is going to get you these bundles. There we go. So let's say that I wanted to give them the mining hammer and the let's go with sash, because that's kind of a stupid one. And then let's say that I like Achilles, so we're going to also do the administrative ledger. And we're not going to host this game, but you can see how that works. We invite factions to participate in games. This costs us ancillaries, but we will be given or that are given away as prizes. In return, participants declare peace between each other and yourself while gifting you resources. So we could get 750 stone, something that we definitely need, in exchange for a few of our ancillaries, and we can kind of control the ebb and flow of peace. Not war, though. We don't get to do that. And with the different levels, let's go over them real quick. So the Aegean Bond is going to give you +2 global recruitment stats, and it's going to allow you to host games for peace and diplomacy between Danans and Trojans, excuse me. The Aegean Coalition, that's going to expand that to the Thracians. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I'm just going to slaughter it anyway. Moving on, you can host games between the 3 factions prior and the Hittites. that includes the Mesopotamians, and then finally all factions. That's going to include your Egyptians as well. And then that's going to give you minus 50% recruitment costs faction wide for special recruitment, which is very strong. Plus 4 diplomatic relations with all factions, which it's kind of weak. I think it should, scale up. Like that should be like a plus 20 diplomatic relations with all factions, if you ask me. Plus 7 global recruitment slots, so you can really just like bring them on in, and then plus 4 global recruitment rank. So you're going to be buying those more expensive troops, but at the same time, you're going to be able to just like spam an army really quickly. So just something to keep in mind. And then for allied units, unfortunately, we don't have any allies right now, but we will later down the road, and we'll be able to bring those guys in.
With Athena's
All right, and with
blessing.
that, we're going to go ahead and end this turn. I've built everything that I want to build. We got to keep an eye on that stone. That's something that we'll have to deal with later. And actually, before we hop out, let's take a look at Lefkas. Actually, what is their real name? No, I know. The Curetes, okay. Come on, Curetes. I've probably already passed them. No. There they are.
Born for war. In case it's not obvious, I'm not happy to be here.
No kidding. So, we don't have any agreements with them. I would like to, but we don't. And let's see how our friendship is. We're not friends. We're just not. So, that's something that we'll want to keep in mind. It looks like we broke a treaty with them sometime in the recent future, and we made a treaty with the Aetolians. Oh,
In
so,
case it's
let's
not
see.
obvious,
We
I'm
could
not happy to be here.
tell them to give us, how much stone are we lacking? 160? I mean, they're absolutely not going to, right? Confirm. And then I guess we could provide it as an ultimatum, but I guarantee they would go to war with us, and we don't need 2 wars, not at the beginning. So maybe we'll organize that later. All right, now let's go ahead and get on to our next turn. Oh, and I forgot to turn that off. Looks like Corinth just fell. And as I predicted, the our enemies over here are going to be coming up against us. They want to meet us out in the field, and that's exactly what we wanted to happen. So let's fight this battle. Now, something that I kind of like and kind of dislike about this game is that there's no wait time for reinforcements to come in. I like it because, hey, when it works, right? It works out for me. But on the other hand, not a huge fan of it. Not a huge fan of it because I like to be able to corner smaller armies like that and, take them out before their reinforcements get in. But that's okay. It's part of it. Now we're going to... There we go. Now we're going to provide this solid front line once more. We're going to have our spears come out this way.
Now we'll see.
And that would be a little too far for our archers. So we're going to have them come out this way as well. Now we can see them, they can see us.
Spears! This should be a battle to remember. Clubs!
What they don't know is that they're about to walk into our range.
Forward we go!
Spears! this is it then!
Ready to throw! Onward! Onward, warriors!
Spears!
Now we're going to fast forward a little bit because they're going to regroup and then come back down and fight us, I'm sure. Yep. Looks like they were waiting for their reinforcements to get a little bit closer in. And there they are now. And again, we're going to toggle that fire at will because we don't want them to know that we're coming up, that they're entering our range. We're gonna back up our forces just a little bit here. They might see us anyway.
Ready for battle.
All right, and open up on them.
Coming home!
That was kind of sad. Let's see if we can get some more of them. There we go. That was a solid thwack.
Remember your training!
All right, we're gonna form more of a turtle formation.
Move up.
I want them to be closer to engaging my main line before we make a move.
Me. Head to battle.
Attack from range!
And it does appear that we've exposed ourselves a little early. My mistake.
Onward, warriors! Mark your targets!
That's not good. We're gonna pull back.
Destroy the foe!
Move!
Willingly. In full haste. Hold there.
Strike hard!
Into positions.
Ready to serve!
On to glory.
Slingshot!
All right, and this did not go exactly to plan, but that's okay.
Staying here to get killed.
Wreak havoc!
Combat ready!
Awaiting orders.
No mercy!
Slingshots away!
Hungry for glory!
Ready to fire! To glory! Awaiting orders! Forward march!
Destroy the foe!
Arrows ready!
Strike hard! Slingers fire!
Clubs.
And so goes the old adage, everyone has a plan until the first punch is thrown,
I
right?
will do it. Odysseus.
Clubs! Massacre them!
Odysseus! Clubs! Destroy the foe!
Don't hold back! Wipe them out! I'm not staying here to get killed.
Combat ready!
And there it is, the victory that we were looking for. Let's go ahead and end this battle. That was a pretty indecisive battle for us, very close. But that's okay. We were able to take out most of their forces while we were able to take pretty minimal losses, about a third of our force. Oh, very bloody, very bloody. They made it seem like we lost. Why are we the only ones who are bloody? That's messed up. Alright, so we're going to take on that replenishment.
Hard work wins renown.
Alright, here we go.
War. Who's ready and
As
willing?
you can see, we now have 3 recruitment slots. And Odysseus will actually
Shining
have 4
Odysseus.
recruitment slots. But not just yet.
Favored by Athena.
And we'll take some losses, but we're going to go ahead and auto-resolve this so that we can get a little bit further into this campaign before I close things out.
We are triumphant.
And of course we're going to occupy
This
because
city
this is
is
part
ours
of our
now.
de jure territory.
Persistence is rewarded. Odysseus the cunning.
Now actually, instead of doing that,
With sword and with wit.
we're going to get rid of the we're going to get rid of our young spears, even though I like them. And we're instead going to go for more Achaean spears,
All right.
and then more Achaean bows.
Odysseus of Ithaca. Making my mark.
And while we could go for some global recruitment, we're not going to do that. We're not in a position where we really need to just yet. Now, that being said, we are on turn 2. So let's go to court.
Speak honestly and weigh your words.
And we're going to start
I want a
making
court
some
worthy
intrigue.
of the
So
name.
just a little gossip. We want to be able to start recruiting the special units that the Aegean Hecatos offers us, and we'll probably make some overtures towards the Anatolian Hecatos as well. And then you know, we'll see about these two. They don't really do much for us, at least not in my opinion. I don't feel they're really necessary. But you know, because it's religious and economic, I believe. Now, while we're at it, let's get another outpost or another shrine to Poseidon built on the island.
Ever faithful.
and we'll start moving up towards Lefkas here shortly. Oh, no, I don't need anything with that. And then I'm going to go ahead and end this turn once more. Oh, I guess I could equip ancillaries. Let's do that.
Wits.
So we're going to make his presence better. We're going to make his fortitude better and his ardor. I'm just going to have him be mostly an all-around character. We're going to we're probably going to have more ardor than anything, but we might go with fortitude and presence as well.
Never faltering.
And then what else can we do with him?
I have a plan.
There we go. We've already got the clay tablet. Let's go ahead and make his administrative, give him the administrative ledger as well. And then we'll take a look at our other guy, Mentis. And we'll give him some better armor. And let's give him, I'm not going to give him a common bow, so that's fine. And guys, if you have picked up this game, do me a favor, drop down in the comment section, let me know how you're enjoying it. I'm very much enjoying it, but that's just me. I'm not a big fan of the Bronze Age. I was, you know, I played Age of Mythology like anyone else, but I'm not a huge fan of this time period. That being said, I do like some of the big names that come out of it, and that's my cup of tea, but maybe it's not yours. So let me know if
Get this ship
if you like it, and if you do like it, why do you
Land
like it?
ahoy. We will win through.
All right, we're going to spend a little bit
That
of time
works.
getting some club warriors, and then let's see. We've got
Battle
some
calls.
spears, so let's get another unit of bows, and then another unit of club warriors. We're going to go
Let's
ahead and
make
give
war.
him this.
Head out.
And you're good enough to guard our home turf.
Divinely blessed.
Now let's take a look at our ruling family. It's not big, right? We've got our wife, Penelope. She seems nice enough. She's more attractive than we are, apparently. How am I middle-aged at 25? I get it, because like back then, that was middle-aged. But still, 25. Inexperienced general, don't love that. And then relative? What the hell does that mean? Relative. Okay, I've gotta reach out to somebody and find out what that means. And then loves family +6. And then young +5, noblewoman +2, and then remarkable beauty +7. Holy cow, Penelope. That's awesome. Good for you. And then finally we got our little boy here. He's young, relative, and never married, which, okay, cool. But we're not going to see much of him anytime soon. He's only 2 years old. It's going to be quite a while before we're able to expand on, before we're able to bring him into the fold. So we'll have to keep Odysseus alive for quite some time, which means we'll want to start utilizing other generals and maybe even
With
bring them into our
Athena's
family. I don't
blessing.
know if you can bring a general into your family, like if you can offer them adoption.
Born for
Let's
war.
see if there's anything like that. Few records. I don't see any way to offer adoption. I mean, I'm sure that we could. I just don't see it, but that's okay. On an island in a corner. Thank you for sharing that with us. Let's see.
Favored by Athena.
All right, and that is going to be the end of this turn. Oh, I guess it's not.
Should you insult
just
your
make another
peers,
overture.
know
There we
that
go.
you insult the dignity of my court.
A welcome boost. Odysseus the Cunning.
All right, and it is time to move
No.
on to their island, so we're going to head out to sea.
Afraid not.
Now, this guy has been building up. He's not a fool.
Sea. Coming ashore. Born for war.
And I'll tell you what we'll do, because we're a nice guy, right? Totally nice. Nothing we've ever done has ever been mean to anybody. I'm gonna take that food. We're gonna offer him a chance here. So, let's look at our diplomacy real quick.
Born for war.
There we go. Now they already don't like
Get
us,
on
so this
with it,
probably isn't
then.
going to work. But what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, if you agree to give us food and stone, we'll leave you alone, right? This already isn't going to work. So if they refuse the war, or if they refuse, war will erupt between your factions. You will suffer the following penalties: minus 80 to factions attitude, minus 17 to reliability. If they do accept, you will suffer the following penalties: minus 22 factions attitude and minus 8 to reliability. At least they tell you what it's going to be like, right?
This is why I'm here.
And of course they refused. That's okay. While we're doing that, we're going to
I've got
allow
what it
Mentis
takes.
to continue recruiting on our behalf.
Join our shining ranks.
Let's do...
Gather
there we
round,
go,
my
2 and 1.
friends.
With sword and with wit.
That will never work.
Speak honestly and weigh your words. I want a court worthy of the name.
And that's very interesting. So they want stone, or they want bronze in place of food. Now they would give us 372 food per turn. We would give them 104 bronze per turn. Now that is going to be eating substantially into our bronze. So let's see if we can get a better deal. I'm not going to become your vassal. But that's interesting. I don't want to give you that much of my bronze. So let's do 50 bronze. Okay. We'll do 50 bronze, and we'll see how much food will that buy us, right? Let's just start running the numbers. There we go. That'll help us out a little bit. Yeah, and
Very
I'll
well.
pause it. There we go. And that's something you're going to want to keep an eye on. It's not like older Total Wars where it's just, you know, build the gold building, get the gold. You're going to want to continuously balance your economy. We're going to stave off the hunger. And to do so, let's build a goat farm.
Wisdom in war.
Now they've been able to do some pretty quick recruiting. 5 units. I'm gonna have to look at that. How were they able to recruit
Not a
5
chance.
units in one turn?
Odysseus of Ithaca. That's
That's a
beyond
little
me.
much. So
In
we're gonna
Athena's
besiege
name.
them. Now their units are fairly trash. They've got a ton of slingers, and they've got some young spears, a bunch of young spears. Those Achaean hillmen are going to be a little bit tough to deal with. And then they have some spears to contend with us, and then they've got 3 units of archers. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful. We don't have very much on them, and they have numbers on us. So what we're going to do is we're going to encircle them,
Send them to Hades!
and then let's bring our boys on in.
Poseidon protect us. We've docked. We have arrived. We've docked.
Okay, I guess I'm just going to have to...
Get going, men.
There we go.
Keep together.
Now I'm going to hope that they want to wait just a turn before they come out. If they don't, then we'll make do. But we don't have a
no
significant... Jesus Christ. We don't have a significant advantage of them, or over them, excuse me. So let's just hold off and see if we can get some things going real quick. There we go.
Should you insult your peers, know that you insult the dignity of my
Make a
court.
request. Not yet. Next turn. Next turn we can. So we're going to perform an intrigue again. We're going to do some more
I will
gossiping,
have you know where
and then I'll
head
make
of
that
court,
request.
I would censor such idle gossip.
Everybody wants my bronze. And it is good to have trading relationships. So even if that's not what we want to do, right? We could... Damn. That significantly impacts... Let's do that.
I concur.
And like I said, making those deals, right? It slightly increases your attitude with everyone, and we want to have good relations, right? We are now not producing enough bronze to make big deals like that. It is a good deal in my opinion. So let's see if we can maybe half that. I'll take it. Yeah, the wood I don't mind. We can make that back up pretty quickly.
That's clear enough.
And it does look like they're ready to fight us. So this will probably be the last battle, if not the run up to the last battle. So let's go ahead and get into it. And you can see their village is going to be back here. They're not going to be. We're not going to be fighting over their village. Instead, we're going to be fighting in front of their village, which is cool. Let's take a look at our terrain features. So we have a river that splits the terrain right here. So we could take advantage of that. Maybe form a front right here, and then have our forces sweep around on either side. But I have a feeling that they're going to want to control this, and we're going to want our reinforcements to come on in as well. Unfortunately, we don't have any great spots to cover our troops with our archers. That would be really nice. So maybe what we'll do is we'll bring our archers around and have them cover us around the flank. We'll just have to see where they're posted up. So let's have our spears take the front. We'll have our club warriors come around the side, and then we'll have our archers hidden here in the middle and just kind of see how things go. I'm gonna have our Peletists act as scouts. Let's get started. That's exactly what I thought was about to happen.
Advance, men! Forward we go! Onward, warriors!
Moving up.
In good order.
Onward.
Make them fear us! Advance! To glory! On the move! Move up!
To glory.
Advance, men.
Move up.
Oh, those guys are moving in slowly. So we're going to slow it down just a little bit. We're going to protect our flanks.
On the move! On to glory!
Hungry for glory. Blacken the skies.
In good order! Forward march! Go at them! At them!
And they have either failed to acknowledge that we're coming around the side or just failed to adapt to it. And that is going to be a huge mistake on their end.
Clubs! Advance! Men! In full haste!
To glory!
Combat ready!
Oh,
Ready to fire!
forgot about that.
Attack from range!
Start hitting them from their flank.
All right.
I see trouble ahead.
This is going to get nasty.
Advance, men!
As you can see, we're already starting to break in our center.
Got them! Foes, beware! Clubs, trained and ready! For Ithaca! Stay focused, men! Forward we go! Pluto, stand a chance! Hungry for glory!
Clubs!
At your command! Ready to serve! Pull out!
Bows at your command.
Oh, and that's not good. We've got a total collapse over here.
Javelins through! The men are fleeing battle!
At your command.
Odysseus! Ready to fire! We're beyond words now!
At your command!
Wipe them out!
All right, our numbers are still fairly even. Let's get back in there.
I'm not staying here to get killed.
Forward we go! Let fly! Last chance to run away. Words are cheap. Good and ready. Now we'll see. Attack! Defeat is looming. Javelins! Destroy the foe! Wipe them out! Odysseus! Archers, loose! Hold up! The men are fleeing battle! You don't pose much of a challenge. To victory! Our foes in sight! Massacre them! Foes beware! Sons of Achaea!
Enemy sighted.
Go at them! Let's see blood! To war! All right. Retreat! Good and ready.
Loose arrows!
For the Achaeans! Onward, warriors!
On the move.
And our lines are just in complete disarray here.
Strike hard!
Massacre them!
Those at your command! Archers, loose! Combat ready! For glory!
Clubs! Wipe them out! We hit them where it hurts.
I'm not staying
But we
here
have
to
been
get
able to just barely swing this battle back in our favor.
To glory!
I'm ready! Don't falter! Hades awaits you!
Defeat is looming! Move up!
There it is. We have victory. Now, guys, if that wasn't a pretty epic final battle, I don't know what was. Not a very good strategy on my part, but like I said at the beginning, sometimes I don't make the right decisions. Sometimes I don't make the thematic decisions either. That was just a mad scramble, but it was definitely an enjoyable one. So I'm going to go ahead and end this battle. Close victory. And I'll we'll go ahead and probably close out the campaign after this. So even though that was bloody, and even though both sides took some heavy losses, they definitely took heavier losses. Oh my god. That was just ugly. Now we're going to take that replenishment. No thanks. And hopefully there's some kind of limit on that. I don't want to spend every intern making agreements or trade agreements with other factions. That gets a little bit boring. And I know we've lost a general. I hate to even spend more money on a general. I'd rather just give these guys over to Odysseus, but it is what it is. So let's go with this guy.
Persistence is rewarded.
And we're going to take some free gold. A heroic demise. So Mentes fought bravely, dancing around the enemy's swords and bashing back the thrust of their spears. Yet with each blow he parried the foe, and foe he felled, Mentes only fueled the enemy's desire to ensure his demise. Though the realm now laments his passing, his wish was to meet a glorious end in combat. So we can take the time to prepare his body, cover his body, and feast, which is going to give us well fed. That's going to give us plus 10% movement on land. We can honor him, and then we're going to get plus 10% speed faction wide, or we can bury him quickly, and that's going to give us minus 10% morale for 5 turns. Now that is pretty that's pretty devastating. So what we're going to do is we're going to I guess we're going to hold a feast. I don't want to give up 100 gold, so we're going to hold a feast because we're about to take this settlement anyway.
Let's make
So
war.
guys, just keep that in mind when you're losing generals. It's not just a zero sum, right? You don't just lose them and replace them. You're having to do a lot with that. So let's go ahead
some
and
blood.
end this real quick.
Victory has come our way.
And it is over.
This city is ours now.
Nice.
All right, and with that, we can go ahead and close out this campaign. After taking, and we'll get rid of that. Can we not get rid of that? Okay, well, after taking the Western Islands, Ithaca stands in a good position to move either down into down into the Arcadians, or moving directly east into the Aetolians. Alternatively, you could go up into Cassiope. Not sure exactly what the benefit of that would be. Let me take a look. food, and then there's gold right there. Or you could just go straight for the gold over here in Aegeon, but that's going to be putting you at odds with Mycenae, so just something to keep in mind. Moving east would put you at odds with the Boeotians, so that's also something you want to think about. Meanwhile, moving up into Epirus, well, that's not going to really put you at odds with any of the major factions, so it might be something that you want to think about pursuing. And it's going to be bronze, food, and definitely that gold. That's something that we're going to want to get pumping into the, I'm not going to call it an empire, but into the kingdom as quickly as possible. And then maybe just kind of play a Game of Thrones from there.
Should you
after
insult
taking
your
the
peers, know
islands,
that you
you can
insult the dignity
like, for example,
of my
right?
court.
Okay, good lord. For example, I'm going to have 45 legitimacy. Does that put me in striking range to become the new Wanax? No. And do I really want to become the new Wanax? Not right this second. But what we could do is strike to become the Achaean Hecatus, right? We could plot against them. Not really going to be very effective. But we could definitely try it, right? Same thing for becoming the Oracle or the Grand Telestas. Again, not something that we're really interested in doing, but could be fun nonetheless. And the main thing is to start making friends. So we're going to start making diplomatic overtures with the likes of Mycenae, with the likes of the Boeotians, and with the likes probably of Aeolia. That's going to put us in a good position to, you know, become the new Greek leader instead of the Mycenaeans. So guys, let me know what you think of this campaign. I know it was, I know this video is a little bit long, but let me know if you'd like to see more minor factions, see how they play, see what their starting situation is like, and whether you'd like to jump into this game or not. Till then, to all my friends, wherever you are, good morning, good evening, and good night. I'll catch you on the next one.